They want you to believe that raw meat is dangerous and filled with parasites, tapeworms, salmonella, and food poisoning. Yet at the same time, they encourage you to keep consuming their highly addictive, ultra-processed, seed oil slathered fake foods. What an interesting world where they want you to believe that raw meat is dangerous and filled with parasites, tapeworms, salmonella, and food poisoning. Yet at the same time, they encourage you to keep consuming their highly addictive, ultra-processed, seed oil slathered fake foods. What an interesting world where they want you to believe that raw meat is dangerous and filled with parasites, tapeworms, salmonella, and food poisoning. Yet at the same time, they encourage you to keep consuming their highly addictive, ultra-processed, seed oil slathered fake foods. What an interesting world where they want you to believe that raw meat is dangerous and filled with parasites, tapeworms, salmonella, and food poisoning. Yet at the same time, they encourage you to keep consuming their highly addictive, ultra-processed, seed oil slathered fake foods.
This is my favorite way to eat raw liver. All right, so you're just gonna cut a little cube off and make it
We've got a raw organ lunch today. I have 2 raw goat testicles. We have some grass-fed buffalo liver, looks amazing. Got a pasture-raised lamb heart and some beef pancreas. Cheers to me. Let's go. We've got a raw organ lunch today. I have 2 raw goat testicles. We have some grass-fed buffalo liver, looks amazing. Got a pasture-raised lamb heart and some beef pancreas. Cheers to me.
The organs that I think humans could include in their diet that will really change the quality of their life, liver and heart are pretty much it. You can go down the list with liver. It's going to be a great source of copper to balance iron. It's going to be a good source of vitamin A, vitamin K2, choline, another thing that's critical for brain. It's this powerhouse. It's this really important organ to get.
Organ meats, part 2. In part 1, we talked about the vitamins in organ meats and how people have been using them for thousands of years to boost energy. Now I'll show you the 3 best ways to eat organ meats without the nasty taste. You want to start with the highest quality that you can find. So if you can get 100% grass-fed, that's great. Option 1. Buy raw organ meat, soak it in lemon and apple cider vinegar or raw milk for 12 to 24 hours. Then sear it for 1 minute on each side. This got rid of the gamey flavor, but it's got a strong vinegar taste, so you might prefer to soak it in raw milk. If you don't want to cook it, you can chop it into small pieces and put it in the freezer and then swallow it with water. Option 2 is to buy ground meat with organ meats blended in it and then use it to make burger patties. This is a great option because you can't really taste the organ meats. The ground meat just has more of a bold flavor. What if there was a way to eat organ?
All right, so this is what bad beef liver looks like, and I'm going to explain what to look out for. First off, the color is so off. It should be dark purple. As you see, this is almost brown. I mean, that is brown right there. The rest of it is purple going on brown. It should be dark purple. And second, you see all this? It looks like kind of like ground beef. It should not look like that. When you have good liver, it splits very evenly. There's no tear.
Bazaar Meat is one of the best restaurants in Las Vegas, and one item that we always get is the classic beef tartare. They mix this whole thing tableside, featuring beef sirloin, Savora mustard, egg yolk, HP sauce, anchovies, and Parker house rolls, which are just as good as the ones from Boston. For those that are squeamish about raw meat,
if you want the world's best multivitamin, eat organ meat. Now, that doesn't mean you have to pull a Liver King and eat testicles or raw liver, but you should try incorporating organ meats into your diet. Besides being rich in B vitamins, they contain iron, magnesium, selenium.
I eat nearly 60 pounds of meat a month, and 1 pound of that comes from liver. Liver is a superfood powerhouse. It's got nearly every single vitamin and mineral in it. However, I don't want to overdo it with liver and eat large amounts of it every day, because even though liver is incredibly nutrient dense, too much of it could give me hypervitaminosis. So I just eat small amounts of liver spread out over the month, which gives me peace of mind that I'm getting all the nutrients my body needs to.
If you mix chicken, feta, spinach, and egg, make patties, and bake them, they are so crispy.
This teacher was
Is eating raw meat better for you? The reason you see people like Carnivore MD or Liver King eating raw organ meat is because there are certain nutrients that are more bioavailable. If you consume it raw versus cooking it. Eating raw cuts and organ meat somewhere here like in America.
I will show you the simplest recipe that I love. It's very tasty, at least to my taste, to my preference. And I also would like to bring up such subject as why I choose chicken liver over beef liver. And also, I would like to discuss such a relatively controversial topic as organ meat supplements. I will show you the simplest recipe that I love. It's very tasty, at least to my taste, to my preference. And I also would like to bring up such subject as why I choose chicken.
We got liver with breakfast, lunch, and dinner because liver is king. Look at this incredible femur. We're gonna take all that marrow right out of it. Who needs vegetables when you can eat testicles? Eat your testicles, folks. Primals. And then we got a pound of some fresh ground ribeye. We got the real salad right here. This pork ground.
How does he poop? There's seriously like no fiber in any of this food. Friends of mine eat like no vegetables, and I swear they sit on the can for an hour. If I ate like Liver King, I would have to be manually disimpacted. I would literally have to stick my hand up my butt and pull out huge boulders. I'd rather be called Green Smoothie King than Liver King and not pop a hemorrhoid every time I drop a deuce.
We got liver with breakfast, lunch, and dinner because liver is king. Look at this incredible femur. We're gonna take all that pure marrow right out of it. Who needs vegetables when you can eat testicles? Eat your testicles, folks. Primals. And then we got a pound of some fresh ground ribeye. We got the real salad right here. These are pork rinds.
How does he poop? There's seriously like no fiber in any of this food. I have friends of mine who eat like no vegetables, and I swear they sit on the can for an hour. If I ate like Liver King, I would have to be mad.
We're gonna do a blind organ.
Did you know that liver is one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet? Liver and onions. Now let's go! Into a bowl, cover with milk. This is a very important step as it pulls out a lot of that bitter taste. Leave it in your fridge for 2 hours. 1, 2. Bring a pan up to medium-high heat. Add a little knob of butter. Butter's nice and foamy. Did you know that? Did you?
Many of you guys know this trick, but most of you guys don't. We all know that liver and organ meats are really good and healthy.
We got some kidney.
Hey, Claire.
He would want you to reduce suffering as much as he can.
Listen, I follow Jesus.
And he would want you to go. He would want you to go plant-based.
You're not even listening.
Honestly, I am.
When I die, I'm going to heaven. When you die, following veganism, you'll go to hell.
He would want you to reduce suffering as much as he can.
Listen, I follow Jesus.
Guys, easiest, most delicious organ is heart, and if you just sear it on the outside, put some salt on it, cook it in butter, it tastes like steak. It just tastes like steak. It doesn't have that weird flavor like liver and testicle. Heart, easy. Guys, Easiest, most delicious organ is heart, and if you just sear it on the outside, put some salt on it, cook it in butter, it tastes like steak. It just tastes like steak. It doesn't have that weird flavor like liver and testicle. Heart, easy. Guys.
Can you die from eating raw liver? Maybe. If you have a healthy digestive system, then probably not. The truth is that the pH of our stomach acid is actually closer to that of a scavenger than it is to other mammals. So it's more than adequate to take care of any pathogens that might be present in raw meat. So most healthy people are going to have no problem taking advantage of raw liver and all of the deep nourishment that it has to offer. One really big thing that we suggest is that you stay away from raw chicken and raw pork. The safest thing is to stick with beef and lamb from a source that you trust. Follow us.
Here's an easy way to eat more organ meats. Mix them in with your ground beef for a delicious, nutrient-dense, and healthy meal prep. Here's an easy way Today I
Major key for the fall, pumpkin spice marshmallows. Need I say more? Look.
Hi, and welcome to Cooking with Bae. I'm your host, Lindsay, and today I am making animal-based homemade marshmallows that are healthy for you. That's right. So these include only 4 ingredients. Let's get started. Not only do I love crafting animal-based recipes that nourish, I'm equally passionate about movements that aid our journey, such as these delicious treats that bolster strength where it matters most, our ligaments and joints. So let's dive into the prep work. We will start by greasing our pan with coconut oil. Now, if you have If you have any other fats, such as animal fats, to grease your dish with, go ahead and do that. I like to use coconut oil because it's a little sweeter and we're making marshmallows here, so that is up to you. Next step, we are going to put 4 tablespoons of gelatin in a bowl, and then we'll add water so that it blooms. So now this is from grass-fed, pasture-raised bovine. So here's 1 and 4. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add a half a cup of water, and it will just immediately start forming a jelly-like consistency. So then we will leave that for about 5 minutes. Place it to the side. Sometimes I like to mix it in with a spatula a little bit just so that the water can absorb the gelatin with a little more consistency. So while the gelatin is blooming, I'm gonna go ahead and start warming up my honey. So I'm adding a half a cup of reverse osmosis water or filtered water for quality purposes. And then I am adding 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. And then I will be adding a half a cup of raw honey. So I'm not heating the honey to temperatures above 95 degrees Fahrenheit because that is what is the normal temperature for internal hive honey. And so when you go above that, that's when you start to compromise enzymes and lose the antimicrobial properties. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn my stove on to a medium to low temperature. I have my thermometer in there. And you can kind of use any thermometer. This is what's known as a thermometer, just because it sort of lays on the surface. So making these marshmallows too, you'll have to work a little bit swiftly in the kitchen. Baking can be a little bit tricky, but just making sure things are prepped and ready to go as much as you can to just avoid the gelatin from getting too hard and from honey getting too hot, so just mixing it a little bit here. And then this thermometer is gonna tell me when it hits 95, and I'm just doing this to liquefy the honey a little bit more. It's already almost there. Of course, you can heat it too, and if it goes over 90, 95, it wouldn't be that big of a deal, but if you like to keep the nutrient density of this dish, I wouldn't heat it really above 95. Whoop. Okay, turning it off. It reached 95. So I'm gonna set this aside while the gelatin blooms just a little bit more. We have 2 minutes left. Next up, you take your gelatin and then you scoop it into a stand mixer. So this is after 5 minutes. See that? It gets nice and
That's lungs. It's been a while since I cooked another organ. So far we've made kidneys, hearts, liver, brain, tongue, stomach, eyeballs, a whole bunch of stuff. But we haven't done lungs yet. So to get started, I already removed the heart and liver that was connected to the lungs. And I'm just going to trim off some of the excess fat and also chop this up into bite-sized manageable pieces. And then in a large pan, I'm going to add some oil and let's get some color on our lungs. After get some color, we'll toss in some onions, ginger, turmeric, and garlic.
Organs that I think humans could include in their diet that will really change.
Organs are the most nutritious food for humans. Humans on the planet, and yet almost no one eats them. For thousands of generations, your hunter-gatherer ancestors have treasured organs like these. Yet today,
We have forgotten this, and our health has suffered as a consequence. Organs like these contain many unique nutrients difficult to find in other foods. Heart is an amazing source of coenzyme Q10, which you need for your mitochondria and energy, as well as riboflavin, anserine, taurine, and carnivore. Liver contains bioavailable vitamin A, biotin for hair, skin, and nails, folate, choline, and more. Kidney is an incredible source of DAO, diamine oxidase, an enzyme that breaks down histamines and can help with allergies. Spleen has immune peptides and is the most concentrated source of heme iron, which combats anemia. Bone marrow contains essential fatty acids for your brain. All of this is just the tip of the iceberg. Including organs in your life will definitely improve your libido. This is my favorite way to eat liver, which is my favorite organ. I've got a bunch of liver in here. I've got the liver cut up and frozen. It's in small pieces. I'll eat a piece like this every day. It's about ½ an ounce per day. That's about all you need per day, or a few ounces per week. I like it frozen because now this liver isn't gonna spoil. It's gonna stay throughout the week. If you don't like the taste when you chew this, you can cut it up into small enough pieces, swallow it with some water like a pill. If you don't want to eat raw liver, you can sear this liver, or you can do something like beef organs from Heart and Soil Supplements. No matter what you do, I think getting liver into your diet will significantly improve the quality of your life. There are so many nutrients in liver that are hard to get other places in your diet. Get it frozen, you can sear it, or get it desiccated.
Did you know that liver is one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet? Liver and onions. Now let's go! Into a bowl.
This guy.
I guess they call it bloomy, but gelatinous, really.
Bottom line is that the micronutrients and everything that we get from organ meats, we don't need to be getting every day. I am a fan of organ meats. I am a fan of liver. Trust me, I think it's hugely beneficial. I think the vitamin A is very, very important. I think the vitamin B that we get, the wide range of vitamin B. But if we look
Liver is nature's multivitamin. It's packed with nutrients such as vitamin B12, vitamin A, iron, and copper. It's also part of this month's box. Link in bio to get started. Liver is nature's multivitamin.
They want you to believe that raw meat is dangerous and filled with parasites, tapeworms, salmonella, and food poisoning. Yet at the same time, they encourage you to keep consuming their highly addictive, ultra-processed, seed oil slathered fake foods. What an interesting world where they want you to believe that raw meat is dangerous.
So you can also use an electric hand mixer. Doing it by hand might be
and filled.
The liver's job is to filter toxins. So wouldn't that make it toxic to eat? A lot of people believe that because the liver's job is to filter out the blood, that those toxins will just accumulate within that organ. And that's a logical conclusion to come to. The reality is that the liver is beautifully designed, and it has this incredible mechanism where it takes those filtered toxins and it packages them into something called bile, and then it excretes it. Organs like liver that are more metabolically active require more nutrients in order to carry out those processes. So even though the liver doesn't store toxins, it does store those micronutrients that are necessary to carry out that process. And that is what makes liver one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet. The liver's job is to filter toxins. So wouldn't that make it toxic to eat? A lot of people believe that because the liver's job is to filter out the blood, that
So it's kind of less pleasant food to eat when it's cooked. And the thing is that I love specifically the liver flavor.
Today we're making high-protein ramen from a hotel room. Perfect for any college student or broke.
A little bit difficult, but trust me, investing in
When feeding raw, you'll often hear you need 10% organ meat per meal. However, these 3 organs are considered muscle meat: green tripe, gizzards from poultry, and heart muscle. Feed these in moderation as they're very rich in nutrients. When feeding raw, you'll often hear
an electrical hand mixer
What your dog should eat part.
or something like this is.
If you want the world's best multivitamin, eat organ meat. Now, that doesn't mean you have to pull a Liver King and eat testicles or raw liver, but you should try incorporate in organ meats into your diet. Besides being rich in B vitamins, they contain iron, magnesium, selenium, zinc, and important fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K. The easiest way to incorporate these in are either to cut up liver into small pieces, freeze them, and then take them like a pill, or you can ask your butcher to do a blend in your beef of around 80% muscle meat and 20% organ meat to enjoy as burgers for your next barbecue cookout.
Liver King here. It's time for...
Here's a typical day of eating.
Liver King here. It's time for a Saturday dinner. This is what we're having. We're gonna have 30 grams of a protein shake. We got a concoction in here, some yogurt, some concoction, some maple syrup. We got a couple pieces of femur bone. We're gonna scoop the bone marrow right out of the center. We got some farm fresh fermented pickles. We got some liver, as always, with some maple syrup, some salt. We got 5 beautiful cheeseburgers. And then we also have some fermented ketchup that we're gonna slather on some of this stuff. So Liver King's having for dinner. It's time to go eat. Liver King out. Liver King here. It's time for a Saturday dinner. This is what we're having. We're gonna have 30 grams of a protein shake. We got a concoction in here.
Here's a typical day of eating for a high-fat 4-year carnivore gal. Lots and lots of cold butter, deliciously seared fatty steaks, and some soft-boiled eggs. What did you eat today?
So valuable.
Here's what I eat in a day as a high... Perfect poached eggs.
Especially after tasting these marshmallows.
Of eating for a high-fat 4-year carnivore gal. Lots and lots of cold butter, deliciously seared fatty steaks, and some soft-boiled eggs. What did you eat today?
So valuable.
Here's what I eat in a day as a high... Perfect poached eggs.
Especially after tasting these marshmallows.
In my opinion, this is arguably the worst food ingredient a person can eat. Guess what it is? We eat more of it today than we ever have before. Restaurants love to cook with it. It oxidizes extremely easily in its packaging and also in our bodies, which contributes to lipid peroxidation, inflammation, and atrophic or weak skin cells. It contributes to poor gut function, impaired thyroid activity, and increased estrogen levels, all of which make you fat. It also contributes to the formation of cellulite. And it also used to be used as a machine oil lubricant. So what is it? It's seed oils like soybean, canola, vegetable, safflower, sunflower, corn, peanut, and sesame oil. Do not eat this stuff. It's absolute garbage. In my opinion, this is arguably the worst food ingredient a person can eat. Guess what it is? We eat more of it today than we ever have before. Restaurants love to cook with it. It oxidizes extremely easily in its packaging and also in our bodies, which contributes to lipid peroxidation, inflammation, and atrophic or weak skin cells. It contributes to poor gut function, impaired thyroid activity, and increased estrogen levels, all of which make you fat. It also contributes.
This food
In this video, we're gonna make some carnivore noodles. It's the same base recipe as the carnivore or protein crepes that I've shown you guys.
Protein is not protein. For example, did you know that 30 grams of protein from one food could build less muscle than 30 grams of protein from another food? Or in a person who requires a minimum of 50 grams of protein a day for healthy body function, 50 grams of protein from this would not actually meet their protein needs. This is important because the body requires protein for all kinds of things to stay healthy, anything from building bones to making hormones. And data from NHANES suggests that 40% of Americans aren't even hitting their minimum protein requirements. Okay, so how can 30 grams of protein not be 30 grams of protein? Well, we absorb and utilize certain proteins better than others.